Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Dontaku 2018 New Japan Wrestling from May 4th, Night 2 event. Sorry I did not get to you guys as quickly as possible that I watched yesterday from this event. Like I said I would, but I got extremely tired after watching the event. The event really didn't need to happen, to be honest with you guys. There was really no need for a two-night event. There was a lot of repetitive matches that happened the night before that happened in this one. The only thing that really needed to happen in night one that was extra and different was the junior heavyweight title with Will Ospreay defending against Kushida, and the IWGP heavyweight title with Tanahashi facing Okada's title for his 12th title defense. Other than that, the rest of the show wasn't all that big of a deal. I didn't really care for the show that much. I mean, it was pretty okay. I mean, it was average at best, but nothing stood out to me as screaming excitement. It was just a fun, little enjoyable show that I watched. I watched 5 out of the 9 matches. First one I watched was Jay White and Hiroko Goto and Rashi Hashi defeating David Finlay, Juice Robinson, and Michael Elgin. Nothing really here happened that was different than the night before. So I mean, nothing really was all that exciting. It was pretty average at best. Nothing, like I said, was all that entertaining. I mean, there was action that happened, and it was pretty decent to watch. Enjoyable stuff. Everything on the card was enjoyable. It just outside the world title matches, the rest of the show just really was a repetitive thing that you saw the night before. If you watch night one, you know what happens, and basically this is kind of the same thing. We had a 10-man tag team match also with Bushi, Evil, Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, and Tatsui Nato defeating Davey Boy Smith Jr., El Desperado, Lance Archer, Monroe Suzuki, and Kanemaru. Nothing really happened here. Same exact ending, same exact stuff. I mean, a lot of battling going on throughout the arena, especially Suzuki and Nato having a grudge match over the IWGP Intercontinental title. And with Nato, he is not too interested in wearing the Intercontinental Championship. So again, for the second night in a row, he did not come out with the Intercontinental title, which was pretty much the focal point really going into all this, if he's going to wear the title or not, since he doesn't believe in the extra titles that New Japan Wrestling has. He thinks there's way too many championship belts in the company. He thinks they need to cut down some of the belts out of the company and vacate those titles and retire them. We had Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Bullet Club with Bad Luck Fale, Tama Tonga, and Tanga Loa. This versus the other Bullet Club members, Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page, Marty Scurll, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. Basically, it's just the 3 different matches that happened in night 1 happened on night 2. This match was absolutely horrible. I did not like the ending. Bad Luck Fale ended up falling on top of Marty Scurll while Marty Scurll was trying to do a body slam and ends up picking up the 1-2-3. Marty Scurll ends up not kicking out, and that's how the match ends. The match only went a little over 8 minutes, and that was basically it. The rest of the show was just... The rest of that match was just complete, utter, who gives a shit. Was very disappointed in that match. I was actually looking forward to that match being really one of the matches that they put together for night 2 to be really good, but didn't turn out that way. Ospreay versus Kushida for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. This match was very good. Both title matches were great. That's what made this second event worth watching. If you watched anything else besides those 2 matches, you're giving yourself a disservice. These 2 matches were very good, with the world title and junior heavyweight title. Ospreay did retain the title, surprisingly, because he has a history of losing to Kushida and a lot of different title defenses that Will Ospreay has had. The action was very intense. Ospreay was very much banged up to hell. They did a lot of moves to each other that were very painful. They hurt each other terribly. I don't think that these two guys should be wrestling for the next month or two. They need to heal from their wounds, come back and have another matchup for, down the line. Not facing each other, but really having their own matches and so on. But they need a lot of rest after the work that they did, especially Ospreay. Ospreay really got his ass. He was really fucking banged up to hell. You could tell he was hurting. He wasn't feeling great. He was very, very uncomfortable, and he just was not at all looking good. How he managed to pull off a 20-plus match is beyond me, but he really did well in this matchup regardless of the amount of pain he was in and how he looked. But he looked pretty badly banged up. Kushida, he looked pretty banged up after the match was over, and they both looked like they were hurt bad. Both of these guys needed to take a break, but I'll give this match a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very decent match. Well worth watching. Now, Okada defending the title against Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Heavyweight title. This was his 12th title defense. He successfully retained the belt. And the match was good. I mean, if you've seen one Tanahashi versus Okada match, you've seen pretty much all of them, and every one of them have always been good. There's never been a bad match that those two have ever had. And this match was very much the same. 4 out of 5 stars, very good action. Both of them really banged the hell out of each other as well. The ace, Tanahashi, he was pretty good in the ring. But at the end of the day, Okada retained and stays the champ. At the end of this matchup, though, that's when something good came about this whole event that even made it even more special. Here's why. Okada pretty much said, it was great to walk away getting his 12th title defense, and now it's time to find out who my 13th title defense is going to be. Who's my challenger for this belt? After a few moments, we then finally get Kenny Omega. It was supposedly rumored that Jay White was going to challenge for the title based on what Kevin Kelly was saying throughout Night 1 and Night 2. But apparently that wasn't the case. Kenny Omega came out and challenged Okada to a 2 out of 3 falls match. And these two guys have had one victory over the other at least once. Kenny Omega got his victory in a non-title matchup at one point down the line in their careers. Okada got a win for Wrestling Kingdom, and then the second world title match that Kenny Omega got, that match actually ended up being a draw. Well, where they had this matchup last year is going to happen at that same event. I forgot what the name was for that event, which I will review most definitely when they have these two guys compete again. So that will be entertaining to watch one more time. I think this is probably going to be their make it or break it match, where the winner walks away. They are the best of the best. But yeah, this is a 2 out of 3 falls match, and it's for the world title, and Kenny Omega's got a shot. And like I said, after he got his 12th victory, I was believing that Cody Rhodes was going to go after the title. Well, it's kind of the polar opposite. We're going to see Kenny Omega. I think Kenny Omega is going to walk away champion for the first time ever. And I think Kenny Omega is going to stay champion all the way up to Wrestling Kingdom. That's where we're going to see Cody Rhodes win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom in 2019 against Kenny Omega. And I think that's the best time for them to do it. I think that would be really good for Kenny Omega to have a long, stretched-out title reign and then have him lose it to Cody Rhodes. I think that would probably be the best idea they possibly can go with, and it also gives control who is the leader of the Bullet Club. At that point, probably you'll officially see Kenny Omega be part of the Golden Lovers with Kota Ibushi, and they'll probably rival against the Bullet Club of its entirety. Uh, by the way, besides that, as a side note, when the the 10-man tag team match with the Bullet Club members and Kenny Omega versus Cody with Kota Ibushi, we also saw that the members of everybody in the Bullet Club besides Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega were all uniting as one because it's their fifth year together when they first started. So that was actually somewhat of a sign of something different. I honestly believe at some point we're going to see Kenny Omega get screwed over by the entire Bullet Club. And that's how Cody Rhodes is going to become the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion at the Wrestle Kingdom event, if that's what they go with. Hopefully they do. I really would like to see that happen. But that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, that's all I have to really say on this event. There's not too much to talk about with this event in itself for night number 2, because everything's pretty much the same. There was nothing that stood out to me heavily, except for the 2 world title matches that we got to see. And that's basically it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Tell me what you guys think about my idea about the Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes at Wrestle Kingdom in 2019 for the world title, and tell me whether or not you like the idea or not. But at this time, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button if you did, and also hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And I thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye.